So over a period of time, when we've been talking about my story, I started off it as a screenplay, and then you were able to convince me to write a proper story in a novel form. Since this is going to be my first work of writing, I would like it to be a novel. So when I think it's coming out as a screenplay, and what problem I'm facing is how to put it down in a novel format.
Okay. See, Ernest Hemingway said, "Write drunk, edit sober." The point is, when I read your first draft of whatever you had shared with me, I felt that it was more leaning towards novel writing. Okay. I feel novel writing is a default status. Screenplay is an acquired skill. So, what you have to do is basically unlearn.
Yeah, okay. See, what happens to me is I am thinking screenplay. That is why I can't compartmentalize myself.
Doesn't matter. I think your problem is not whether you're thinking screenplay or novel writing. Your problem would be that you're judging every sentence that is spilling out of your thoughts. You're editing it while you're writing. Your first job would have been to just finish it, and then it would be like even if you've taken a month to finish a novel and you feel that 50% of it is turned out in a screenplay format, it would take hardly 10 days to fix it.
True, very true. But I'll tell you what procedure I follow is now technically talking. I cannot sit and write because of not other priorities, but because of the daily lifestyle or something. But I know myself, I'm writing my story in my head. Now, for an example, to say my story goes like I want to give an extreme close up of Dhruv's eyes, tear filled eyes. Now, that is what my thought is. Now, when I go and write it down,
it's very simple. Let's say Dhruv is sitting on this window ledge that I think in one of your scenes you have, right?
Yes.
And he's sulking and his head is shrunk, and he has this cotton khaki trouser and a drop falls on the trouser and it slowly spreads. And Dhruv is imagining how a single drop of his sorrow is engulfing him his entire life.
Oh, beautiful.
So as long as you're talking about it, the audience will...
Yeah, that gives me more clarity, because when I say extreme close-up, talk about the action, what is happening.
Yeah. And the audience will figure out everything. They see, the audience likes to connect these dots. And the moment you have said the drop has fallen, they'll see how it has rolled out. It will all by default fall into place in their heads.
So I have to completely stop thinking screenplay, because that's how I had started.
Yeah. I feel novel writing is our default status. Screenwriting is an acquired skill.
Still, yesterday when we were talking, and that is why this question did come into my mind, because, I have been thinking about it. And yesterday when we were talking, just out of the blue, you said that there's a big difference. Novel writing is more difficult than screenplay writing.
Huh?
So that is why again my question came, because like it is very easy to write a screenplay. Yeah, I think I'll have to completely unwind myself to start writing in the story format.
Why screenplay is more glamorized than novel writing? Because of the quick and easy returns. Screenplay, of course, is commercially more viable and for writers, screenwriters and all that. At the same time, it's faster result. But novel writing is a lengthy process. 120 pages and you're done with a feature film screenplay. 120 pages in novel writing is
not
half the time. Act 1.
Hardly a novel. But when I started to write, I never thought I wanted to make a film. The story came, But for me, because of my background, I start to think in the technical way. But now, like when we were talking, you said, so I have found a way which is to unwind myself out of the screenplay and get into.
Yeah, I mean, see, the simplest rule for writers is that when you write, you shouldn't be the one to judge it. Finish your entire writing, take a break of at least a day or two, and then if you have no one to review it for you, then go back and read it. Fair enough. But don't judge or don't review or don't edit it while you're writing every sentence. That process has been the reason why many writers were not able to complete their books. There is this famous author. I can't recall his name, but I know the one book that he had written, The Lady and the Tiger. I believe the twist ending and the open ending was kind of popularized by that author. And that one book became such a cult that he strived for the rest of his life to come up with the second book. He could never manage to do it. What do you think might have happened? It was the same author, same talent and skill for storytelling. What stopped him from churning out a second book?
His own mind block, maybe.
Which is why I say writers often are the hurdle in their own path.
Thank God I am not still getting into my own path. I am just facing these little technical issues, which I think is getting clear when we talk. And I'm excited now. I think I am excited.
How I see it. Big filmmakers I have seen, occasionally they go back to making short films. Okay. The feature films, the commercial films they're doing it for practical reasons, survival, growth, progress and all that in the materialistic world. But the short film is their expression. So screenwriting is good if you want to earn from it. But if you want to enjoy being a writer, novel writing is the way to go, I feel.
Yeah. Another thing that, I'm facing difficulty is my protagonist, Dhruv. He's coming out to be continuously under the influence of weed. Now, am I just overthinking, or do you think, it is a bit like this, that he is coming out to be...
Okay, here's the thing. You're writing a story about a soldier in a war zone. Can you show him doing anything else?
No.
Unless the soldier takes leave from work and visits his family, you're not able to get into that aspect of his life. So follow your character wherever he leads you. I mean, this is your character. Have you forced that trait on him? This is the character, and there is a significant critical reason for him being this way, right? So unless he comes across a situation where he's not supposed to be in that zone, you wouldn't be able to explore that aspect of it. If it is coming naturally, fine. If you want to force it, it will look forced to the audience also.
Yeah, because if I go back and think the opposite way of what you're saying, I don't find my scenes forced where he's smoking, but I just find the scenes are too many.
That's because you are right now in a war zone for a soldier. The only thing the soldier is capable of doing is shooting his enemies. You can't take a break and have a burger or something.
Yeah, okay, so I shouldn't think of that. It's so nice, that when I can talk, then I only can stop my thinking or start my thinking in a certain way. So, yeah.